Here is the original sound. Crimson sky phenomenon appears, devouring celestial beings. Originally labeled a sci-fi zombie thriller, it now enters a supernatural phase, yet remains thrilling. The Butcher makes debut. This guy traumatized my childhood self badly. Unbelievably tough. This chapter's story begins with these red high heels. Drizzles fall on Tokyo streets. This man glanced once in the crowd. The Japanese office worker turned ferocious. Next second she bit his neck viciously. Savagely tearing, blood spilled everywhere. Died instantly, soon. The woman's virus spread through Japan. Then infected globally. As creator of T-Virus, Umbrella has underground base in Japan. Boss Albert resides here. Last chapter. Alice unleashed thousands of clones, forming Alice army marching toward Japan, vowing Albert's head. Leaving this film's director speechless. Thousands of Alices battling. How to film this? To counter Alice. Albert prepared thoroughly. When base got invaded, troops mobilized instantly. But they completely missed. First Alice infiltrating vents. Upon detection, Alice chucked shuriken, drew twin blades. In a split second, eliminated entire squad. But quickly, second squad appeared, forced Alice to unleash her special ability. All forces crumbled instantly. Yet reinforcements kept swarming. Alice loses focus momentarily, and gets ambushed by a soldier behind her. She dies instantly. As other soldiers gather to look, 3 more appear behind them. This Alice came to fight. Albert panics seeing so many Alices on the monitors. Suddenly, 2 anti-Alice clones lock eyes, then glance backward. They toss grenades at friendly soldiers and leap through the window. Heading straight for Albert's control room below, the director ignores physics, making them use gravity ropes to ensure safe landing. During the descent, they keep shooting at soldiers. One dies mid-fall. The survivor lands smoothly and guns down all guards in the control room. But Albert is no pushover. He ambushes her while she's fighting guards, successfully shooting her. When he approaches to check, here is the original sound. The blast damages the base severely, but Albert survives. Clearly the soldiers didn't fight hard enough. Zombie troops overrun them. He activates Plan B for tactical retreat. When the clones arrive, it's already too late. Albert triggers the base self-destruct sequence. Leighton and actor Anthony Ho watch everything turn to dust instantly. The director breathes relief, as thousands of Alice clones perish here. Only Albert escapes, but the real Alice anticipated this, hiding in the plane earlier. Unexpectedly, just one more sentence flips the situation completely. Albert injects antivirus serum into Alice. Alice gains superpowers precisely by merging with the T-Virus. That's how she got her powers. After her T-cells were neutralized, those superpowers faded away. No more game cheat. She stood no chance against Albert, since Albert too was a bioengineered entity fused with the T-Virus. But fighting distracted him from the pilotless aircraft. He realized too late. The plane crashed. Head upstairs ahead. Protected by protagonist's luck, Alice survived. Night soon passed. Alice flew a plane toward Alaska. In the previous film, Claire's group came here, planning to meet them. She found the place deserted, but Claire's notebook remained, proving she had arrived. Then she started filming a lifelog. Suddenly, a shadowy figure flashed by. She chased immediately, but after mere steps, the figure had vanished. Seeing the swaying aircraft door, she suspected someone hiding inside. It was just crows swarming onto her. Just as she lowered her guard, the shadow attacked, leading to a fierce scuffle. The shadow quickly lost ground. Looking closely, it was Claire, whom she sought. Strangely, mechanical spider clung to her chest. Alice couldn't figure out its function. Alice tried questioning Claire, but Claire had complete amnesia. Her experiences remained a mystery. No choice. Alice brought her along to explore. Before they knew it, they reached Los Angeles. Never expected this. To find something unexpected here. In this smoke-filled city, there were actually survivors. It was a prison. Countless zombies surrounded the prison below. Seemed like all city's zombies gathered here to rescue survivors. Alice decided to land on the roof. Jean finally understood what he meant. Immediately prepared for the plane landing. But the runway remained too short. Even after cushioning with cables, the plane still slid to the edge, about to plunge down. Luckily Bald Luther reacted fast, climbed onto the tail first, then pulled everyone up, dragging it back safely. They briefly introduced themselves. They thought Alice came from Arcadia for rescue. What was Arcadia? Turns out, they had received an Arcadia broadcast, claiming it was the last haven on Earth, with thousands gathered there. Arcadia was a ship nearby. Problem was, zombies surrounded the prison completely. Reaching it seemed impossible. Alice's plane held only one person, but each landing risked death. Evacuating them one by one was clearly impractical. Then the cook mentioned something casually. Notorious escape artist was still jailed here. Supposedly. No prison can hold him. Is that even possible? Though Alice also grew curious. They see this inmate locked in a custom steel cage underground. But the moment he reveals his face, no, they have a shot at escape. His name is Michael. He claims to be a soldier. Back when the zombie virus outbreak happened, someone locked him here for revenge. But leading everyone out of here is as easy as pie. Yet no one trusts this prisoner's words. Clearly, they have never watched Prison Break. Otherwise they wouldn't have walked away without hesitation. Then, Alice prepares to take a shower. To unwind. Suddenly an odd noise sounds. She spots a perverted old man. Trying to peek, Alice shouts angrily, ordering him away, but the old man suddenly shows terror. Something behind. Withered-mouthed zombie appears. Luckily Alice reacts swiftly. But the old man isn't so lucky. Instantly dragged into a pit by another zombie. This pit seems bottomless. The group realizes these withered-mouthed zombies are abnormal. The prison is no longer safe. They must leave immediately. Freeing Michael becomes their only choice. The prison breakmaster gets released. At this moment, the butcher drags a massive axe toward the prison. Michael begins leading the escape, living up to their hopes. He says, behind this iron gate lies an armored vehicle. It can hold everyone and break through the zombie horde. But just then, loud bang came from the prison gate. Wielding a giant axe like a fierce tiger, the butcher swung his massive axe again and again. The sturdy iron gate became vulnerable. The bolts slowly came loose. The terrifying thing was, this guy wouldn't die even from a headshot. Teammates urgently cut the iron gate. Meanwhile Alice followed Michael to the armory. But the only path was flooded. They struggled through the water. Then a zombie suddenly dragged their teammate under. Immediately after, hordes of zombies appeared. They fled in panic, facing the armory's well-stocked arsenal. Even Alice's eyes lit up. Just then, teammates opened the overhead gate. Disappointingly, the armored car's engine was removed outside. No time to assemble it now. Jack shot his comrade dead. He planned to steal Alice's aircraft. Finally the gate gave way to the butcher's axe with a crash. Zombies flooded inside. Everyone raced toward the roof. But Jack had started the aircraft. The runway wasn't long enough. As it took off, the plane immediately crashed. Unbelievably, he was so lucky. After skidding hundreds of meters, it actually became airborne. They could only watch as he escaped in the stolen aircraft. Hordes of zombies converge on the rooftop, forcing them to fight while retreating. With the elevator malfunctioning, Alice tells the group to go first. She covers their rear. She then throws a bomb, sending the elevator plummeting straight down. Knowing deep snow lay below, which should spare their lives, Alice faces the overwhelming horde alone, securing a cable around her waist. As the swarming zombies close in, she drops an explosive charge, then leaps straight off the 100-meter building. The trailing zombies can't stop in time, creating a spectacular zombie plunge scene. An explosion detonates, blowing thousands of zombies to bits. Alice skillfully slides down using the cable, flips herself, absorbing the impact. Wielding pistols, she tears through the zombie masses, carving a bloody path through. With Luthers covering fire, they successfully shut out the zombies. Their only escape route remains, crawling through the tunnel dug by earlier zombies. Veteran Michael takes point. Luther follows closely. But the man in blue hesitates suddenly. Massive axe bisects him instantly. The butcher's menacing presence looms. Unfazed Alice spins around, delivering a flying kick, but causes no visible damage. The axe strikes this undead beast. Alice draws twin shotguns. Her counterattack met by a heavy axe swing. Alice's toughness saves her. Only knocked out briefly, Claire fires wildly behind her. Unfazed by bullets, he swings his relentless axe, putting Claire in peril. She spots shotguns nearby. Claire has a clever idea. She confronts the butcher head-on, slides under him and fires the shotgun through his legs. This move actually works. The butcher drops to the ground. But unexpectedly, even after this, the butcher isn't dead. He rises and hurls his axe. That nearly shattered my screen. Alice wakes up and saves Claire, then blasts the butcher's head, stopping him for good. Here is the original sound. Afterward, they hurry through the tunnel. Luther meets them again. He tells them to go first, but gets ambushed by zombies. The entrance gets blocked. No way to help him. No choice. They must move forward. Through the sewers. They reach the shore. Find a boat heading to Arcadia. But upon arriving, only a crashed plane is seen. The one Jack flew earlier. But Jack isn't here. Seems he survived. Strangely, this place feels lifeless, like no survivors exist. The control room computer shows over 2,000 people registered. Seems things are complicated. They search the ship thoroughly. Soon they find an Umbrella Corp marked door. Suddenly Claire regained her memory. They had just arrived in Alaska at the time, when Umbrella forces intercepted them. Each person had a mechanical spider placed on their chest. Only Claire escaped during the chaos. Umbrella Corporation is scheming again. Suddenly, the main gate opened abruptly. The trio had to press deeper inside. As the gate closed again, the lights flickered on. Across this white expanse, not a single soul could be seen. Knowing Umbrella Corporation as she did, those labeled survivors were likely experimental subjects stored underground, exactly as predicted. Flipping the switch on the controller caused test chambers to surface. Each bore a mechanical spider on their body. Claire quickly freed her companions Alice, noticing several chambers smeared with blood. Following the blood trail, she reached another room. Albert appeared before her there. Albert survived. His bioengineered powers granted near immortality, but he remained unsatisfied. Only by obtaining Alice, her unique powerful genes, could help him achieve further breakthrough. Absorbing her combined with chemicals might accomplish that. Alice aimed her weapon at Albert, but Jack, who escaped earlier, joined Albert. Alice faked surrender. Seizing an unprepared moment, she kicked over a nearby table, sending throwing knives flying straight at Albert, followed by a back kick, kicked Jack flying away. Afterwards, two zombie hounds trap Alice from both sides. Their heads split open like petals. At this moment, Claire and Michael arrive to assist Alice. Finally reveal their fangs. Their crimson eyes show his extraordinary power. He tosses his sunglasses. His speed rivals that of teleports. Both men quickly fire their guns, but Albert dodges the bullet's trajectory. In his eyes, like spiral patterns, his abilities have reached the peak. After Claire is grabbed, she stabs Albert in the thigh with a knife. In rage, he flings Claire aside, but this injury means little to him. Continues dodging bullets. Michael is punched down. He counters their joint attacks. Finally they are thrown into the experiment pod. Alice kills one hound with a shotgun. Metal fragments shatter the ceiling glass. She kicks away a piece. The other hound dies instantly. At this point, Jack sneaks up on Albert from behind, spits sharp spines, attempts to stab Alice to death. But Alice counterattacks, stabs a knife into his forehead. The two seem immortal. After rising they prepare to feed again. Now the companion Claire saved awakes. As Albert closes an instant, Alice blows his head off, then uses a controller to free Claire and Michael. They sprayed Albert with bullets the moment they stepped out. After hundreds of rounds fired, the trio left Jack trapped inside, not realizing Albert wasn't dead. This is blank. fully healed up after devouring Jack. He fled the base in a stolen aircraft. By the time they noticed, it was too late. Albert triggered the base self-destruct sequence. But the plot twisted again. The base explosives were planted earlier by Alice unknowingly. This time his backup device lit up the sky within human sight, covering the heavens as the trio witnessed history's brightest blast. But would Albert truly perish this time? Meanwhile, in a tunnel, Luther took down several zombies and managed to get out. Alice released all test subjects, broadcasting rally calls for more survivors. But troubles kept piling up. Umbrella Corporation agents kept haunting them. This round's foe was an old acquaintance. Jill, gone for 2 seasons, reappeared with a spider device hinting at her chest. As for next, the jaw